Here on Wall Street, we're reporting bank earnings. Citigroup, Wells Fargo, to help break it down, Shira Oviday.
Guys, how are you?
Good morning.
Shira, we got to get you on as much as possible now. We got to maximize your appearances.
This is last week here. Where I moved
Shira's
to
moving to San Francisco, staying with the company, but moving to San Francisco.
And very important beat, too.
Very important beat. All right, so let's talk about these earnings. We had Citigroup, we had Wells Fargo.
Yep.
Let's start with Wells Fargo. That seems to be the happier
story. You want to start
story.
with the good news
Yeah,
first?
let's start with the good news first.
Yeah, Wells Fargo just had a really good quarter, particularly strong in loan growth, which is something that we've started to see in the last few months from these big U.S. banks, particularly to businesses, that they're lending more to commercial enterprises, and that helped the bottom line.
Right, you see the stock up a little bit there, just 1%, really.
And JP Morgan and Citigroup both have said that too.
That's right.
The difference is with Citi, and it is all comes down to bonds and capital markets.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of one reason, or one explanation, is that Wells Fargo is different than Citigroup and JP Morgan. Wells Fargo doesn't have a large securities trading on capital markets business, and that's the business at the big banks that's just getting crushed. And basically, you know, especially since in the last half of last year, starting the last half of the year, clients just stopped trading. They got nervous about the market volatility. Companies did less bond deals, they did fewer equity deals, and that meant less revenue for the banks.
And it doesn't seem as if Citi and JP Morgan are offering much optimism that things are changing on that front.
I think that's fair, both from Jamie Dimon at JP Morgan and Vikram Panda today at Citigroup. You saw basically them write off the securities trading business, just say, you know, forget about it.
At some point it'll come back.
At some point it'll come back. It goes up and down.
Right.
We're not focused on that. We're focused on kind of shoring up the core bank business.
Right.
But Citi said there might be more layoffs.
I was just going to mention that because Vikram Panda, I think this was a quote from the release, really, so it's a canned thing, but still, he said, we will continue to right-size our businesses to match the environment. Well, when I hear right-size our business, to me, I hear layoffs.
Right-size means we're gonna throw people out the window.
So has that been talked about?
It has been talked about. One thing you saw analysts talk about this morning in the Citigroup fourth quarter numbers is that revenue was down quite a bit, but expenses were not really down. And so that's something that obviously Wall Street is keeping a close watch on, and Citigroup knows this, and so they have to signal to the market, we know we have more work to do on the expense side.
Let's extrapolate this a little bit, because we'll get Goldman reporting tomorrow, Morgan Stanley on Thursday. Most of the big banks are this week, and the regionals, everything. What are we looking at in the banking sector?
I think you've already seen the expectations come down in the last few weeks for Goldman and Morgan Stanley, because they, unlike JP Morgan and Citi, they do basically securities trading and lending and capital markets. That's the whole business, and that's the side of the industry that's getting crushed. So people are not expecting a whole lot from them. Interestingly, you saw Goldman stock actually tick up a little bit today. I couldn't really explain that. Bank of America is also reporting this week, and again, their stock price, you'd think they look more like JP Morgan than like Wells Fargo, but their stock price was also going up today. I have no good explanation.
There's so many things going on with Bank of America.
Bank of America is kind of it's its own gravitational field at this point. People are so worried about kind of mortgage lawsuits and all those kinds of things that I don't want to say the financials don't matter, but they kind of matter less.
They take a back seat. All right. Shira Oviday, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.